皆さんこんにちは。ドクターインターベンショナルインスチュートの堀川です。今日は私の今のボスでありますドクターカウフマン先生に来ていただきました。カウフマン先生は2008年から2009年の SIR のプレジデントもやられてまして、現在ドクターインターベンショナルインスチュートのプロフェッサー兼ディレクターをされております。今日はですね、私が RSNA の話をするよりも、もう来ていただけましたので、他の SIR やシルセといったメジャーなインターベンションの学会、国際学会と比べて RSNA がどのような特徴を持っているのかというのを、中心に伺ってみたいなと思います。ちょっと英語が残念だったら申し訳ございません。じゃあ始めさせていただきます。So, let's begin.
こんにちは。
こんにちは、Dr. Kaufman. So, thank you very much for coming here for us and the physicians over the camera, especially for interventional radiologists in Japan. And I would like to ask you about the advantage of RSNA compared with SIR or SUSE or some other major interventional international conferences. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you very much, Dr. Horikawa, for inviting me to speak with you. So it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
The RSNA is a very different meeting than the SIR meeting and the CIRSE meeting. It's a very general radiology meeting, so it covers not only intervention but all imaging and other informational aspects of radiology, the PAC systems, risk systems. So this is probably one of the biggest medical meetings in the world, and it's an opportunity for people to explore both within their specialty, some of the interventional offerings, as well as many other offerings that are important to radiology. SIR and CIRSE meeting are very specialty focused on intervention, and that's a place to go for a really in-depth evaluation or learning on an interventional topic. Although there are many interventional topics at the RSNA, there's the ability to go as deep into each topic that doesn't exist because there's so much here. This is also a much larger meeting than either SIR or CIRSE meeting. It's probably 10 times bigger, about 50, 60,000 people. So it's a very different feel to it.
RSNA is literally general radiology congress, but for interventional radiologists, as you know, it's so general, and I wonder how to prepare for RSNA. Well, I'm so sorry.
Well, when you come to RSNA, for example, the equipment that you'll see will be big equipment, so you might see an angiographic room, but very little in device world. So you will not be able to come here and see the latest stents or stent graft or embolization materials. That's something that you'll see in CIRSE or SIR. So to prepare for RSNA, you'd be thinking about the larger aspects of your practice, integration of imaging into the interventional side, large equipment purchases as opposed to the more focused device evaluations and comparisons, whereas going to SIR and CIRSE, you'll be really thinking about specific aspects of your practice and how to get the details of that particular aspect. And remember here, there's also physics and radiation oncology. So you're right, it is all of radiology here.
Yes, it exactly evokes our identity of radiologists,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Okay, so I would like to ask you about another thing.
Sure.
The next year will be the 50 years anniversary of since the interventional radiology was born in the Interventional Institute. So what are you gonna have as a plan?
So it'll be in January, 50 years this coming January, that the very first percutaneous angioplasty was performed by Charles Daughter, and that was in Oregon at the Oregon Health Science University. It was then Oregon Medical School. And many people do look at that as the beginning of certainly interventional radiology, but also the beginning of image-guided therapy, the use of all physicians using imaging in order to do procedures. So it impacts not just radiology, not just interventional radiology, but surgery, cardiology, neurology, neurosurgery. It's a very big event. So what we decided to do was have a very unique symposium to look at all of image-guided intervention, but not from the specific procedure, but more from the large perspective of how it's impacted the cost of healthcare, how it's changed the structure of medicine, what technologies we'll be using in the future, how we're going to be able to pay for this in the future as the healthcare systems change, how to keep the innovation stream going, which is an important problem both in the United States and Japan, because the regulatory environment is very strict in both countries.
Exactly.
So this will be a symposium to really envision where we're going to be 50 years from now, where the future is going to be, not so much on the past, and it'll involve
for the future interventional radiology.
It'll involve interventional radiologists, surgeons, cardiologists, people from industry, where we've invited somebody from the Japanese, is it the PDMA?
Oh, really?
So I'm hoping we'll have some representation from the regulatory environment in Japan as well as the United States. So it'll be FDA people.
Wow.
So very international meeting, and hopefully of interest to anybody in the world who's interested in where this really exciting branch of medicine is going in the future.
When does it take place?
So it'll be July 23rd and 24th.
July 23rd, 24th.
Next year, and it'll be in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, really?
Which is a beautiful time to visit Portland.
Exactly.
All the great food and the great wine, and the matsutake mushrooms will just be coming into season. So
exactly.
it's a great time to be
here.
there.
You can enjoy matsutake, cheap price.
Yes.
Great. So let's give a closure to Japanese physician over the camera.
Okay.
In Japanese or something.
Well, I like to know how to say is arigato.
ありがとうございました。でまた7月に来年の7月2014年の7月に、ポートランドで大きな、セレブレーションが行われる予定ですので、ぜひ皆様ドクターカウフマンに会いにいらっしゃってください。よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。